Welcome back to the podcast. Best podcast in the world. No other podcast can compete with us.
That was a good one.
Yeah,
That was
so
usually I think I've been doing it recently, and I think that was better than I usually do.
yeah. I think this year I made myself that I was gonna do my intros a little bit better than last year.
Really?
But yeah. So, but thank you guys for thank you guys, but appreciate you guys joining in and listening. Before we start, we want to thank QOR Gaming for sponsoring the QORcast and letting us do this every week. And we got some interesting drama. Rainbow Six, Daniel. I know you just use your governmental name, but Daniel, we got some R6 drama.
Okay.
And it resulted in him getting banned for 2 years and fined $10,000.
Who was him?
He was the head coach of the M80 Rainbow Six team.
Okay.
His name is Bodega.
And what did Bodega do?
So
you said 2 years.
2 years,
Oh, wow.
and he was banned, and he was fined for 10K. So what happened was it was the M80 versus Dark Zero in the SI, which is basically their major, which is like the biggest tournament in Rainbow Six. Like it's like think of the CS major, but for R6, right?
Yeah.
They're playing in the group stage to qualify for the main event. They're going against Dark Zero, and the coach might have done it, called some timeouts, did some play adjustment, and it cost the team a little bit of a couple rounds. Now, that's not what the issue is. The issue wasn't the issue that M80 lost. After they lost, the coach decided to go to the other side where their computer is, or where their LAN is. He decided to go to them and individually talk to all of them and curse them out. Again, we don't know exactly what he said. No. The Dark Zero players.
Oh,
the other team's players. He went to go talk to our other team's players. And while one of the guys was like, bro, what are you doing? Calm down. The other guy, Bodega, who got banned, the M80 head coach, was sizing him up like in a fight thing. So the admins literally had to break him apart. The other guy didn't want to do it. He was, well, of course, if a guy's sizing you up, you're going to size back. So the admins had to literally break him apart. And it was just like, dude, why are you so angry that you lost? So you can watch the video. Just look at the Bodega thing. It's so funny because he's like genuinely like trying to shit talk him and like trying to say, I don't even know what he's saying. Like the video, the commentator was talking over, so I don't know what he's saying. But he's just like mad. And while one of the players was trying to leave, he's just sort of sizing him up. And it's like, dude, what are you doing? But you know what's funny,
like
Danny?
Marvel Rivals game.
Exactly. But you know what's funny, Danny? This is not the first time it's happened. This happened 2 years ago also.
Is it the same guy?
He did the same guy. He did this again 2 years ago when he went and
for it?
Yeah, he got suspended for not as big as this, but he got suspended and fined. So he has a history of this. And it's kind of insane. So the M80 the next day had to play without a coach. And also the manager, by the way. Oh, I forgot to mention
the coach can't be that good if he's getting himself suspended that much. He's putting so much fucking emotion into yelling at the other team.
Exactly. I was telling I know someone in our core. I'm not gonna say his name because I don't want to out him. But he was explaining it to me, and he's like, "Oh yeah, he has a history of just being an asshole." So he was saying it, and also I forgot to mention the manager Igor Vivas was also suspended because apparently he instigated the confrontation. So he was on top of it. He was also banned from the tournament. He wasn't fined, but he was also... Oh, no, sorry. He was receiving a minor misconduct penalty with a warning in response to his behavior after the aftermath of the altercation with a demonstrated lack of respect towards the tournament officials. So he got mostly like a warning. We're like, hey, you do this shit again, we're gonna ban your ass.
You know what I think is funny? And I was talking to my dad about this because my dad is a ice hockey referee, right? And sure, you shouldn't be screaming really at anyone in a match like this. Like, it's not professional, it's whatever. If you're gonna be talking to anyone, maybe you should talk to your own players, not screaming at them.
Yeah.
Maybe talking like, hey, maybe we should have locked in here, our mental is this, whatever, like that. But screaming at the other team and screaming at the officials, just makes no sense. Cause okay, if you're gonna scream at the officials, they're the ones who are making the final judgment as to what happens, right? So if you're screaming at them, that's not really making a great case. But I always find it so funny that this mentality of my team or my people are never the problem goes up to like the professional level of like anything. Like this like narcissistic tendency where your team is so fucking in the wrong that I need to go over to your players and fucking scream at them and scream at your coach because you guys fucking suck. Like, exactly. It wasn't my fault that we lost. It was your fucking shitty thing. And like, this applies to like anything. Like, you even see this in like I was saying this in the Super Bowl. Like, they called like a penalty or something. And the coach on the team where the penalty was called is like, what? How could this happen? And it's like, well, what do you mean, how could this happen? They're supposed to fucking do their job and call the game. So, like, this mentality of my team never does anything wrong, I gotta scream at someone else makes no fucking sense to me. Like,
exactly. I think it's also like there's a difference between having like banter, which is like, you know, you're shit talking each other, which is, I get it. And like you have banter between other teams, that's fine. But I think what he did wasn't even, you couldn't even consider it a banter. It was more just like he really like just went at them and like was just really berating them.
Well, yeah, I think if you're like sizing a fucking guy up, you're not like doing it as like a bit. He's going over there to fucking fight the guy, or at least act like he's gonna. Is he actually like so tough that he's gonna swing at him? Apparently not. But
exactly, I think that's what's like so interesting because I'm really happy that R6 is actually getting a resurgence and like really getting popularity. But in the same time, it's like you can't have this kind of like resume and you can't have this like reputation that like R6 players just can't control themselves and have to always be a size like want to fight everybody. So I'm really happy that Blast or R6 or Ubisoft or whoever it was like kind of shut that shit down and was like, hey, you're getting a 2-year ban and you're getting fined 10K.
Make an example out of them.
Yeah, no, and I'm really happy that they did that because now it's like showing like, okay, like anybody else does this shit, well, you're gonna get worse. So I'm really happy that they did this. Again, don't be an idiot. There's banter and then there's wanting to fight somebody. So there's a difference.
I mean, like, I want to fight you pretty much anytime. That's why we're not in person today. Because, like, right now, me and Ennis are on, like, it's on-site basis. Mm-hmm. So, like, if I saw him, like, start beating him with the deodorant stick, you know? Like,
don't do that with deodorant stick, bro.
Yeah, I know, dude. I know you're allergic to, like,
don't fucking do the deodorant stick, man.
You know? Like...
I'm terrified, okay? But, yeah, now that's interesting news. Again, I think the major is actually happening this weekend, like in stage and everything. So hopefully that event goes well. Nobody wants to, you know, throw punches at another person. I mean, if it happens, it'll be funny. Is it bad for the sport? Yeah.
Maybe Rainbow Six needs to be run like ice hockey, where you're not allowed to fight each other, but like you don't get suspended if you fight someone. You just spend some time.
You let them fight. Like if they fight, you let them fight for like 10 seconds. I think that's what also every esports needs. Just let them fight each other for like 10 seconds. And then afterwards, all right, then you can break it up. You know what I mean? Because in ice hockey also,
in ice hockey, they drop the gloves. The refs don't stop them right away. They drop their gloves, they go up, they let them hit each other a couple times, and then, you know, after it's dispersed a little bit, then they break them up. Like, you just gotta let them throw each other around a little bit.
That's what I'm saying. I guess, like, you gotta, like, really throw, like, that's what esports needs, bro. You just gotta fight each other a little bit. Just a little bit. Not too much. Let them fight a little bit.
At the next FGC event, we should just start throwing hands with everybody. You know?
Ooh. Like, do we give them gloves? Do we do boxing gloves or just bare hands?
Nah, it's more fun, like... Hand to
hand. Bare hands?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
it hurts more.
Oh, yeah, you're right. All right. Well, next FGC, when we go to EVO in Vegas, 100%, we'll start like a boxing ring, like post EVO, we'll start like a fighting arena, like an underground fighting arena.
Post EVO fight club.
Like if you're mad that guy beat you in Tekken, nah, you get your lick back after the fight.
All the people that don't make it out of pools, go into an arena together. Ooh,
a battle royale where they all fight each other like a gladiator arena.
Let's set it up.
All right, we'll set it up. We'll make it happen. But on to other news. Elden Ring, we got gameplay. Well, kind of. They
They
from
released
software gameplays.
gameplay for people to see, but it's not
Yeah.
like gameplay.
Anybody who went and got invited to go play it said they weren't allowed to show their perspectives. They said they could talk about what they saw, but they said they can't show it. They can only show the footage that they gave them, which we did get a lot. I think
It's like 20 minutes almost of footage.
Yeah,
even though it's cut.
It's a good chunk. Like you get a gist of what's going on.
And it's not flawless footage. Did you see the fucking guy T-posing in it?
Yeah.
There's bugs in the footage.
They got to doing nets. They're doing network testing.
Dude, there's
right
a
before
guy outside your window.
Right? I see. He fucking knocked on my door. Thought I heard knocking. But so what I saw was I think Elden Ring is like, it looks sick. I literally like how like the battle royale roguelike kind of thing is like it's looking, where there's like the fire starts closing in, and I really like that. And I like there's mini bosses that you can get permanent buffs, and then you get you also get like permanent buffs for the big boss. I like, bro, that dogfight looks horrendous. It's gonna be such a hassle.
You know what I think is crazy? How in the game you're able to play 1 player or 3 players right now.
Yeah.
They said did they say you can't play 2, or I don't know.
It's only 1 or 3 so far.
That dog in the end, it has the 3 heads, but then it splits into 3 dogs.
Yeah.
So I think the intention is that each person takes 1. So if you're playing that shit solo, sounds like a lot of fun.
There's also like where some people's strat was they just ran away until they became 1 again. So then they started beating the shit out of it. So that's also a strat, but it's like, nah, you just gotta fight it. Like, fuck it, like fight the dog straight up.
A lot of people seem to be skeptical about the game. And I think that's okay. Because I feel like it maybe is a bit of a Bandai Namco cash grabby thing, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of reused assets and stuff like that. But me personally, this is like my type of game. Like exactly what it is. Because I love the Souls games. I love Elden Ring. I play through Elden Ring once a week is my rate right now. Okay? Doing challenge runs at that.
Yeah.
And the thing I always hate about the game is having the setup. Where this game, because like I don't like I mean exploring and stuff is fun the first time, but if you're playing the game all the time, you know, it's tedious going into everything and grabbing everything. This, you just drop right in and you start throwing hands. It's just the gameplay. It forces you to play faster, forces you fight as many people as you can to level up, and then you get a big boss. So that's like a new boss every like 15 minutes, because like each day the game takes place, there's 3 days. At the end of each day there's a boss. Each day is like 15 minutes, so every 15 minutes you get a boss fight. I love gameplay. I love boss fights. This is my game.
Yeah.
Like, people are skeptical for things, but the things that other people are skeptical about are the things I'm like, I fucking love this. Because roguelikes, I haven't liked, or not that I didn't like them, but I never really got into roguelikes until recently. And like for example, Balatro is a roguelike card game. And because you fucking reset after everything, like nothing is carried over, that's what makes me play over and over again.
Have you played Hades?
I have not played Hades.
Oh, I think you would like Hades.
I think I would like Hades too. I've heard.
Yeah. I think this game, I think people are like attacking it for what it is. I think Iron Pineapple, he worded it best. This feels like a more like a fan-made mod, not like a full-fledged game, which is not a bad thing, right? It's basically they wanted to be like, okay, you want a little bit more Elden Ring? Here, you can have a little bit more Elden Ring. I know they said they finished, that's it. They're done with Elden Ring after the DLC. They're not adding anything else, which is fine. That's it. They wrapped up the whole game. But I think they said like, okay, if you want like a little bit more, but not too much while we work on the our next IP, I think this is like really, really good for it. I do like the loop aspect of it. And I know we only got one new boss that they showed officially that we know. And it is kind of confirmed or not. Yeah, it is kind of confirmed that Nameless King is actually a boss in Elden Ring Night Rain, which is insane.
Something that people have said is the bosses that are remakes or ports, they're not just direct ports. Like they have new shit that happens.
Yeah, they have new
So
moves.
like they said that the Centipede Demon from Dark Souls 1 is returning, and that's a boss that nobody fucking likes, okay? But if for some reason in Dark Souls 1, there's this mechanic where any boss that has a tail, you could cut the tail off and get a weapon. It's really goofy. But
Yeah.
in this game, in the Iron Pineapple video where he talks about all the gameplay he played, you cut the tail off, and then the tail keeps fighting you. Like, it's a whole new moveset and shit. And I'm like, that's fucking sick.
I think I like it because they also changed, like, for example, like Margaret. Like, they actually gave him new movesets too. He's
Margaret.
basically this. Yeah, he's the same boss, but they just give him a few new movesets, which is, I mean, yeah, they don't want to change the whole character, which is nice. They want to like give him a little bit, like, okay, it's the same character, but we'll spice things up a little bit.
Yeah.
I am curious on what the new bosses is, because also, if you saw, there's a DLC they're adding to the game.
Yeah.
Which I don't know what that's gonna be.
Getting it. I don't care.
I don't exactly, which is like, is it gonna just be new stages, new bosses? Like, are they just gonna keep adding to it until, like, you know, because like it's like this, like the money they made for this game is like pennies compared to what they invested into Elden Ring.
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's basically this is basically the same
it's
game.
a lot of reused assets and stuff.
Yeah, it's just not a bad thing, but it's like they spiced it up a little bit. And I really do like the 4 new characters that you can play, which is really
There's
sick.
gotta be 8.
Yeah.
They only allow, there's only 4 in the network test and the event one, but there's going to be 8 classes.
I think the bird guy is low-key the funniest guy because his ultimate is literally he just goes up in the air and he fucking slams down. It's so like, oh my god, speaking of the fucking slam down, the way you can revive people in Elden Ring and the Night Rain is so funny. Instead of actually
beat the
like
shit out of your down teammates, you see him and
you beat the shit. You start beating the shit out of them and then they get back. Literally, get the fuck up. It's so funny. I think the ultimates and like the abilities they have is actually really unique. I really do like it because they all do play completely different. They're not like these 4 characters, they all play differently, which is what is a good thing. We don't want someone like 2 characters who play exactly the same but are different stats.
Yeah.
You know? And like also like with the leveling system is actually really interesting where you just level up. You don't actually level up your stats.
Yeah,
which is,
but it does seem like each character has like a certain way that they kind of want you to play them, because some people were there's like a range kind of thing you could test out stuff with, and it's like the one guy who starts with the greatsword. The weapons that are usually strength weapons, he does more damage with, whereas if you try to put that weapon on like the mage guy, like he can still use it, but like it doesn't do as much. So the classes still kind of make you want to play like a certain way, but there's 8 different ways.
Exactly. Well, I'm hyped for it. I know they said they had a lot of bug issues and there was like a lot of network issues when they were playing it, which is what they said that sucked about it. But I think it's not coming out till May, which is another 3 months from now. So again, I think it's gonna be fine. I think it's like a nice little, hey, I'm bored. I don't want to play Elden Ring, but I want to play the Night Rain. I'm gonna just play like a few runs of this, and then we're gonna go through it.
Heavily considering buying that the collector's edition.
Yeah, I saw that
and shit. Because I didn't I didn't buy the Shadow of the Erdtree one, and I fucking regret it, bro. I wish I had that Mesmer, because I have the Melania one that you got me. Then I'd have Mesmer on my other one.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. But that Mesmer was like 250. How much was this one?
This one's also 250.
Oh my god. You're gonna make some terrible financial decision.
Yeah, I when they put it on Twitter, I retweeted it, or I quote tweeted it, and I was like, I think I might have to make an irresponsible purchase today.
Oh my god. No, but I'm excited. I mean, also, I don't know. I know it's not for you, but for me, Borderlands 4, another trailer came out, which they use JVB as the official song, and I'm fucking hyped. I know that shit was hyped. Oh my, they used Punk Tactics on it. I'm so fucking happy about that. But yeah, for me, they officially announced Borderlands also. Oh, also, Life of P. They come out. They announced. Lies of P. Sorry, Lies of P. They announced a what? I think it's not a DLC. It's like a new game, I believe.
No,
right?
it's a DLC.
DLC.
But
yeah, they announced a DLC.
It's like a Shadow of the Erdtree. Like it's just like really big.
Yeah, so they announced that, which is it's
that
crazy
game
how many
came out like 2 years ago.
Yeah,
maybe longer.
2-3 years ago, which is but that's like the closest Souls-like game to a Souls-like you'll ever get.
Well, it's the Souls-like that's closest to the
Souls
From
series.
Soft games, yeah.
Yeah, which is really interesting. I saw again
I
a lot
think
of great
it's
games this
cool.
year.
I probably won't buy it until like I get bored of like other stuff, because I played through Lies of P, and I think it's a good game, but it's hard in the way that's frustrating and not in the way that's rewarding, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like on every boss in that game, I died to like 20 times just because I had to learn it. Like, there's no there's no way to learn besides death.
Yeah.
But
I'm excited.
I'll probably get around to it. But
yeah,
it's a great game from it's by some like random Chinese company, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the company, but they're cooking with it though. Shout out to Chinese companies. First Marvel Rivals, they're cooking.
Black Myth Wukong.
Black Myth Wukong, bro, they just know how to make good games. You gotta give them props.
Pulling up.
Bro, China really knows how to make a good games. Yeah. We should just let them make we should let them remaster Bloodborne. We should let the Chinese company remaster Bloodborne. Maybe they might cook with it.
I think
but PlayStation is holding that in like a cage underneath. They're not allowing anybody in
that shit's in a
10-mile radius within. Yeah, they're not allowing Bloodborne anywhere near anyone. So, but so regarding core news, the boys
are winning now.
We won our next 2 games. We are officially 2-2
on the board.
We won 2 games in a row. You know, they're cooking. Snarly is actually one of the highest rated players the past 2 weeks. So shout out to him. Also, him and Timotino.
He's gotten more snarly.
Yeah, he's gotten more snarly.
He's been channeling.
At least 50 snarly he's gotten in the past 2 weeks. At least 250 snarly. But yeah, they've been cooking. I don't believe we're recording because we played 2 games this week. Or as of this recording, we played 2 games. So we're not playing, I believe, as of right now. There's no announcements for next week. So we're not playing anything. We're just waiting for the other games to come out. But if we are, always check out the Twitter on QOR Gaming / Twitter or X, whatever you want to fucking call it. Nobody calls it X. But if you want to check it out there, of course, the R6 boys, they're always playing almost every week. So we were just going to catch them there. They're playing weekly. They're always playing in different tournaments. I think Challengers for them actually starts soon. I think this week or next week.
Do you know that, or are you just pulling that out of your asshole?
No. I'm pretty sure Challenger starts either next week or the week after that, which is, I'm pretty sure that's where Challengers start because that's their tier 2, like Valorant they have. So I'm pretty. It's gonna be hype. I'm excited, and just anything if you want to know anything news about it. That's it.
Remember QORgaming.com/shop.
Yep.
We got cool shit.
Any merch, we got anything you guys need. Alrighty. Bye, guys.